What's going on? It's Astronaut H, and this is the What More Do You Want Network. Now, in this video, I will be discussing tonight's game between the Chicago Bulls and Brooklyn Nets, and of course, this is my Bulls report. Now, with the All-Star break over and, everything that transpired prior to tonight's game with the Chicago Bulls and the signing of Patrick Beverley, to the news of Lonzo Ball, being shut down for the remainder of the season. Tonight was a game where the Chicago Bulls, looked to basically hit the restart button, hit the reset button, and go into the next wave of the season with a little bit under 24 games to go. So the Bulls were looking to play a Nets team who they beat prior without the cast of characters they do have currently. Now, of course, with the addition of Patrick Beverley, you saw Billy Donovan elect to go with a starting lineup that looked different than what we have been used to over the course of the regular season, and that is starting Patrick Beverley with Alex Caruso to go along with DeMar DeRozan, Zach LaVine, and Nikola Vucevic. That lineup, bolsters defense, but I was curious in seeing how the offense was going to maintain with those five guys out there collectively. Now, for the Brooklyn Nets, it's a mix-up of lineups for them, but you've seen Spencer Dinwiddie out there with Cam Johnson. Excuse me. You have Cam Thomas and Cam Johnson that plays for the Brooklyn Nets, but it was Cam Johnson to go with Mikal Bridges. I believe I said Spencer Dinwiddie out there with Finney Smith, and also the big man in the middle, Nick Claxton. So, like I said, I was interested to see how tonight's matchup was going to fare in the Bulls' favor or not. Now, you did see Zach LaVine get the first basket of the game. Then they went into the post with Vucevic. And I said that because I'm like, okay, if a mismatch happens and Vucevic is being defended by either Bridges or Johnson, you have to go to him, and they went to him early and often. You seen DeMar DeRozan through the mid-range, and the Bulls went up 6 early. Now, the Nets were turning the ball over, which led to the Bulls' hot start. The Bulls go up 11 at one point in the quarter to start the game. Zach LaVine from 3, but you did see the Nets start to fight back a little. Cam Johnson did hit a 3, but Zach LaVine was off to a good start as soon as the game broke open, honestly. You seen good perimeter defense by Chicago. Then Patrick Williams and Kobe White came off the bench. And I was interested to see how Billy was going to shake up the rotation as far as guys that were starters, less than a week ago, to guys that are coming off the bench now because of so many guys are able to play now, Now, Kobe White and, like I said, Patrick Williams came off the bench. Patrick Williams did get involved early, hit a big 3 early. He was aggressive. You seen the Bulls go 3 of 5 from 3 early in the first quarter. But Zach LaVine was the starter first. He did have 10 first quarter points. And DeRozan was getting to the rim also. Drummond was active and on the glass. The Bulls were up in the first quarter, 33-18. Now, before I get into the second, we've seen this movie before. We've seen the Chicago Bulls get big leads and not able to put teams away. So that was a level of concern for me. I'm like, okay, the Bulls are up. They're up big in this game. Are they going to be able to finish is the big question. Now, in the second, you did see Andre Drummond with the first basket of the second, and DeMar DeRozan was getting to the rim himself. Also, the Bulls' defense kept causing turnovers, and the Bulls went up as much as 21 points in the second. Now, when they did go up 21, I'm like, okay, here it is. This is where you ultimately drop the hammer on this team. The Nets looked lax. They weren't running back on defense. Guys were trotting and jogging. And maybe that was a cause and effect of being off a week. But, to the Bulls' credit, they didn't take that as just them laying down. And I will say this about the first half. The Patrick Beverley effect was in play very early. You seen him talking on defense. You seen him rotating, hitting guys with passes, making shots. And that's all you can ask for from somebody that that wasn't in a rotation, with this current team. And that's what the Bulls need. They needed a shot in the arm. It didn't come from a Russell Westbrook, who I thought that he was going to be on the Bulls' radar. But they elected to go with Patrick Beverley, and tonight showed me that, okay, he can be put in with whatever Billy Donovan wanted to run with these guys tonight. You seen him hit a three. Zach LaVine, like I said, looked smooth. You seen a three from Ayo. The Bulls go up as much as 26. I mean, it wasn't too much to complain about. The Bulls defense was looking a whole lot better tonight, and they was going out on a break. They go on a 9-0 run, and before the end of the half, you seen DeMar DeRozan hit a shot, and the Bulls were up. Man, listen, the Bulls were up 63-29 at halftime. And I said to myself, okay, there's no way you are up 30. There is no way you should lose this basketball game. There's no way. There is no way. Now to start the third, the Bulls continue their hot streak, to start the half. The Nets were on a drought themselves, but you did see guys like Mikal Bridges start to come on. Alex Caruso was in transition. He had a nice layup, I believe a Euro step. But the Brooklyn Nets did get into the bonus at the 7:49 mark in the third. But you did see Patrick Beverley look for Vucevic in the post. Zach LaVine get to the rim. Zach LaVine was just having a game himself, and the Bulls were up as much as 42 at one point in this game. Zach LaVine was just playing effectively. And as a team, as a whole, you seen that across the board. The Bulls looked lively. They looked energetic. They looked poised in this basketball game tonight. And it echoed through every man that stepped on the floor tonight, whether it was DeRozan, whether it was Beverly, whether it was Alex Caruso, whether it was Zach LaVine, who took the reins offensively tonight, whether it was Vucevic rebounding, getting in the post. It just echoed from, I believe, from man one down to all the way, I believe, 10 men did play tonight. I believe that's how deep Billy Donovan did go into the bench rotation. As far as the fourth quarter go, it was more of the same for the Chicago Bulls. The Brooklyn Nets just never had a chance in this game tonight. I honestly believe they were outplayed and outmatched. I don't know if it was what the Bulls were doing as opposed to what the Nets weren't doing, but you've seen a version of the Chicago Bulls that we would like to see more of down the stretch of the season. And that's just them playing a full 40 minutes of basketball, being engaged defensively, guys rotating, taking advantage of matchups, and just making shots and knocking them down when open. Now, the Chicago Bulls did win tonight's game by a final score of 131-87. On the season, the Chicago Bulls are now 27-33. They are still looking up at other teams as far as playoffs and play-in standings go, but this is a good thing. This is a good win to come out after the All-Star break, get a W, and try to build upon that. Put a nice little win streak together before you have to face some other teams as you go down into the latter parts of February, March, and April. As far as box scores go for the Chicago Bulls, the high man was Zach LaVine with 32 points. He did have 6 rebounds and 2 assists. Did shoot 4 of 6 from 3. Shot a very, very, very effective 12 of 17 from the field in 29 minutes. You've seen Alex Caruso with 4 points, 2 rebounds. You've seen Patrick Beverley with 8 points, 5 rebounds, 4 assists. He did hit a 3. Vucevic with another double-double at 13 and 10. DeMar DeRozan with 17, 4 rebounds, 4 assists in 28 minutes, 8 of 17 from the field. Not too shabby, but he did shoot 0 of 3 from 3. He's not really a three-point shooter. We all know that. As far as bench production, you've seen in garbage time, not to use that word, but you did see Patrick Williams with 17. Dalen Terry off the bench with 11, did go 3 of 3 from 3. Andre Drummond with a double-double with 13 and 10. Kobe White with 5. Ayo Dosunmu with 7 and 9 rebounds and 3 assists. As far as the Nets go, their high man for the game was Cam Thomas off their bench with 22. He did go 6 of 15, 3 of 6 from 3. And their next highest man was Seth Curry. He had 19, went 3 of 6 from 3. Now, the Chicago Bulls, they do turn around. They do have an off day tomorrow, which is Saturday, and they turn around and play, I believe, on Sunday, and that is a game against the Washington Wizards. That's a big game because that's another team that's above the Chicago Bulls as far as standings go. The Wizards did lose tonight versus the New York Knicks, so that's a good thing. The Bulls will be at home. It's a 3:30 tip-off against the Washington Wizards on Sunday afternoon, and I'm interested to see how everything that happened tonight, can they build upon that and get another win versus a team who, in my opinion, the Bulls are just as, if not more talented than the Washington Wizards. So again, like I said, I'm interested to see how things pan out and they go in the next game. But again, the Patrick Beverley effect was huge in tonight's matchup. You've seen that. I mean, yes, Patrick Beverley isn't a 30-point and 15 rebound type scorer, but he does affect the basketball game in his own way. It takes more of the responsibility defensively off of guys like DeRozan and Levine and allows matchups to go in their favor. And, you know, when you don't expend as much energy defensively, that gives you more to, you know, pour in offensively as far as the Chicago Bulls went. Again, the Bulls win. They beat the Brooklyn Nets tonight in a blowout, in a runaway. Let me know what you guys think in the comments down below. Chicago Bulls fans, Brooklyn Nets fans, or if you're just an NBA fan and this is your first time tuning into the channel, let me know what you think in the comments down below. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. Hit the notification bell so you can know anytime a video is being uploaded to this channel. It's Astronaut H. This is the What More Do You Want Network, and I'll catch you guys on the next video.